That's it, partially fitted in. There's a gap there, but that is flexible and that'll push back. Just make sure that before I put the cover on. Now what I'm trying to achieve with this is if you see the cover, there's the cover, and the widest point of is about 480 across, but of course there's got to be domed to come down. What I'm trying to achieve with this, I've got the horsehair, but I've had to put the rubber underneath to try and pack it out, because I've got to try and get it looking reasonable, and I've still got to get it to about the 480, so it's got to come round. I may have to pack a bit more in here to dome it, but my problem is that on the passenger seat, which the top pivots, then that is the back and that is the front of the seat, it's got to pivot and allow for a passenger to come into the back of the car, otherwise it's a hopeless cause. The spring is 400 wide approximately, but I'm trying to make up, because the cover from Rimmers is 480, and I've got to dome it to take up that. It isn't a dead flat seat obviously, but you can see I've got some dome there, which I'm trying to achieve. I'll put the cover on now and see what it looks like. That's the cover on, but it's a little bit, I don't like the amount of curvature on that, and this side is rippled, so it needs packing out. I will try a bit, and there's a bit of a pucker at the front here which will probably pull out, but I'm not terribly happy with this. I'm going to take the cover off and repack it and try something different. Right, I've got two seat bases. The springs, one from Rimmers, they only had one in stock, and I got the other one from Moss, and they're pretty much identical. This is the Moss one. It's at the widest point, it's about 400 millimeters, or 19, just under 19 inches. Sorry, 16 inches. The springs and everything are pretty much the same, and the problem is this: I got from this is the Rimmers one. I got the new vinyl. This is vinyl, being a cheapskate. I got vinyl, and the width across is 480, just over from the piping, and as you'll see on the springs there, as I mentioned, it's about 400. The Rimmers one is slightly wider, but only fractionally. So what I've had to do to try and pad this out, I'm not getting much joy from them. I have complained that I've had to put this outrigger onto both sides. Even then, it's 450. But with the doming, when this is domed, I don't want it too built up. That should bring it out. So this is a bit of an experiment to see if it works. Either the seat base is wrong or the vinyl is wrong, and I can't get any satisfaction as to which. So I'm having to sort it out myself. Well, I am much happier with the look of this. I've got a bit of packing to do there where there's a slight wrinkle, but it's not as bulbous as it was. It's a nice shape, slightly wider than I would like it to be, but that with the outriggers on there, it's taken up the slack, and it did look very ugly with it, with a great big dome on it. That looks more like a seat. I'll finish off. I've pinned it in roughly. I've got these sides here to pull in and tack. It's roughly 12 of these clips per seat, 24 in a set, and then I'll cover in this part with some I'll finish that off in a second, but I'll show you. That's more like it. Happy with that now, but I wouldn't have done it. I've actually put about 30mm with the outriggers, about 30mm extra on the width of the spring base. That was the easier option. trying to alter the cover would have been impossible. That's it into the seat base. Obviously everything's got to come out again when the carpet's going, but nice to have it all ready. Much happier. Well, just for anybody who's interested, these are the outriggers that I've made. Try and keep the curvature. And I've increased that by, they're about 25mm each, so I've gained something like 50 millimeters. So overall, the outside is 450mm. If it helps you. So that's the driver's side in. A little bit wider than I expected it to be, but got impatient waiting for a result from Rimmers to try and see what the problem was. There it is, done.